welcome back to Avi's Mathematics channel. Have you ever wondering on how to calculate square roots with perfect square which is less than 100 in just a few seconds, like 3 seconds? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how can you do it confidently. Without any hesitation, come, let's look at the following steps. Alright, let's start to see how we can find square root of numbers in just a couple seconds. So for example, if I ask you what is the square root of 529, can you all tell me the answer in just 3 seconds time? Well, before we start, we need to know the perfect squares which are less than 100. So in your right hand side here, as you all can see, all these are your perfect squares which are less than 100, isn't it? Okay, so the first step here is we need to see the last digit here, which is 9, isn't it? And then we need to compare here, we need to pick up which one is 9. Okay, so it's very obvious. So this one and this one, the last digit is 9, isn't it? So without any further delay, we need to write down 3 and 7 as our last digit here. Alright? And you might have a question here, which number to pick up. Okay, no worries, I'm going to show you the next step. So because this is a perfect square, okay, so the highest power is 2, isn't it? So then we need to cancel off this 2 digit from the back. Alright, so we left 5 here. So meaning that we need to pick up the number which is closer to 5 from here. So it's very obvious. So 4 is closer to 5, right? Then we just write down the 2 as our first answer here. Alright. So next, you need to ask yourself, what number comes immediately after 2? So it's 3, isn't it? So 2 times 3 is 6, isn't it? And we need to compare 5 and 6 here. So it's very obvious, 5 is smaller than 6, isn't it? So which means that from 3 and 7 here, we need to pick up the number which is smaller. So it's very obvious, so 3 is smaller than 7. So your final answer will be 23. Alright, so when I go through the next question, then you all might feel more understand, so you all can pick up more. Okay, so the next example here is if I give you all this number, so square root of 1764. So how can you all do this? So the same method here. So the first step is you need to see the last digit is 4, isn't it? And from your right hand side list here, we have this one and this one, which contains of the last digit 4 here. Okay, so meaning that we need to write down 2 and 8 as our last digit here. Okay, same as the previous example just now. We need to cancel off these 2 digits from the back. So we left 17. Alright, next step, we need to choose which number is closer to 17. And it's very obvious this is closer to 17, isn't it? Okay, so which means that our first answer will be 4. Alright, so it's 4. And next one, what number comes after 4? And you will tell me it's 5, isn't it? So 4 times 5 is 20. Next, we need to compare this number and this number, right? So it's very obvious, 17 is less than 20. So which means that we need to pick up the smaller number between 2 and 8. And hence, 2 here is our choice. So your final answer is 42. Right? So far so good, yeah? So I will give you the last example, then you'll see more clearly, right? So our last example here will be square root of 3136. Okay, so the same step here, we need to see the last digit 6 here. Alright, so from your right hand side list here, you all can see this one and this one will give you 6 at the back, right? So without any further delay, we write down 4 and 6 as our last digit, right? Next, we need to cancel off these 2 numbers from the back. So we have 31 eventually, and we need to compare from the list here. So it's very obvious 25 is closer to 31, isn't it? So here is 5, so we need to write down 5, right? So what numbers come after 5? So it's 6, isn't it? So your answer is 30 here. Then when you compare 31 with 30, so 31 is bigger than 30, right? So which means that we need to pick up the bigger number between 4 and 6. It's very obvious, 6 is bigger than 4. Eventually, we'll get 56 as our answer. Alright? So, how was the fast trick on the calculation involving square root of the numbers? It's pretty cool and very interesting, right? Alright, so if you like our video, please like it, share it, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. And I will see you on the next video. See you soon. Bye bye.